For those folks who are listening in who are unfamiliar with Momento, Daniela, would you be able to share just a little bit about what is the idea behind Momento that you ultimately all landed on?
Yeah, so there's actually two tiers to this. The idea that we were unconstrained by our domain expertise, and like Khawaja said, we part of us really, really wanted to tackle a new domain when we were really excited about the prospect of doing that. So we ended up tackling social fitness in the consumer wellness space. It was particularly appropriate given that this was the height of the pandemic and Khawaja and I and our friends and family were all struggling with maintaining a basic sort of healthy level of activity in our lives. So we wanted to create something that could disrupt that industry, bring people together in a distributed or remote manner, and make a positive impact through making fitness fun and making fitness more ubiquitous and fitness to us at the time was really anything that includes walking, running, any sort of level of activity. And from there, we built the app. We were growing. We built the team first. We were always a team first company. And a few months later, we realized that by deliberately staying away from our domain expertise, we did actually prematurely eliminate a lot of business opportunities that did make use of our strength and our background in enterprise SaaS services. We hired a great team. We had really great wins on the recruiting front. And in terms of the product, it wasn't growing at the pace that we were happy with. We had really high expectations for the company and for ourselves. I think we also failed to sufficiently inspire the people we were talking with, our mentors and investors and advisors. Everybody was asking us to really think about, the biggest swing we could take given our backgrounds. And as founders, it's really important to realize that there has to be something that gives us an unfair advantage to succeed as a business. And we realized that really, again, lied in sort of high scale distributed systems, which is what we had spent the past almost decade of our lives building and working with. So we decided to pivot. And fortunately, the having worked in the application space, in the consumer application space, actually made us a lot more aware of the issues and the problems that exist that to serve these application developers. So we pivoted to what we're currently doing, the B2B SaaS business in the application acceleration space. Again, working backwards from our customers, which we used to be those application developers, those that want to create products, great products for end users. So we essentially stuck with the team. We took our wins with recruiting and we used our domain expertise and applied it to this new Momento in building large scale mission critical distributed systems. In the end, I think it was a very fortunate series of events, and we leaned into our strength. It was recruiting, building the team, and we learned how to work backwards from the customer because we were our own customer at one point. And yeah, that's sort of haven't looked back ever since.
I think that's so interesting, specifically the switch to go from like unconstrained ideation and exploring all different domains to then I start to ideate and come up with ideas related to, the unique areas of expertise that you have. Like for me, I'm like be able to live in this creative space of like unconstrained, let's think about ideas. Do you think that that beginning part helped come up with the final idea of Momento, where you were able to be in this unconstrained ideation space first, before then refining down to your unique areas of expertise?
Yeah, definitely. I think Kwaja and I have talked about this. People have asked me this. Wouldn't it have been better to have gotten started on this in the first place? Well, the answer to that is, our experiences create who we are and how we feel about our mission. And it's not like we didn't think about being sort of staying in the enterprise SaaS space. It would have been more natural to start there. But I think part of the appeal of becoming a founder is to challenge ourselves and think about what we can learn and think about what sort of really spurts our own personal growth. And I think that experience definitely did that. It also enabled Khawaja and I to figure out our values and align on the company mission. Again, that's how we came up and realized that we are truly living up to people first, team first, and then product, and then everything else. And to us, I think the really understanding the pain of the customers we're serving is important, and having lived through the pain, having lived through managing and operating infrastructure when we really just wanted to focus on the fitness app we were building, that was very, very inspiring. Gave us more laser focus on our current product mission.
Kawaja, anything you would add?
I used to play competitive badminton in high school, and I showed up my first day in ninth grade to the team to get selected and all that. And for weeks, all we did, like 90% of our time, was just doing drills. And I remember going to the coach and saying, I came to play. Like, why am I doing all these drills? And at the time, you're youth, you don't get it. You think that all you got to do is just play the game and you'll get better at it. And our early startup, our first idea that we pivoted from, it really feels like a drill. I think it made us better. I think it made us ready to hit the ground running. We had the team set up. We had a whole bunch of like company foundation stuff set up. We had our HR system set up. We had the benefits set up. And then when we finally landed on this idea, we had this solid foundation. We had our footwork down. We're ready to play and to really, really go all in an undistracted, in a more disciplined manner. So aside from validating the idea that we're currently working on, I just think it helped us build some momentum, which, time will tell if it paid off or not, but I feel really good. We're moving way more fluidly now than we were when we were first starting and stumbling through all of the things that any first-time founders are likely to stumble with as well.